Hello, and welcome to this informational presentation about the 2015 Hayward Air Rally. My name is Tom Neal. I'm a member of the Rally Organizing Committee and longtime competitor as Race 7-1. What is the Hayward Air Rally? In short, it is a flying competition based on time and fuel and navigation to various checkpoints. You get to test your flight planning and your piloting skills and have a lot of fun doing it. What is it about? Well, basically, it's a cross-country flight scored on time and fuel management. The rally is flown in two legs, each approximately 250 to 300 nautical miles. Each leg is timed separately from takeoff to an airborne timing checkpoint. Fuel is also scored separately for each leg, and of course runs from engine startup to engine shutdown. Along the way, you have to identify checkpoints that you don't find out until the day before, so there's no easy way to practice this. Prior to departure from Hayward, you will turn in your estimated time en route and fuel burn numbers for each of the two legs. The team closest to their predictions wins, in other words, low score wins. In 2014, the rally held its 50th annual event. This whole thing started back in 1964 when the then mayor of Hayward and some of his flying buddies decided to have a fun flight down to Las Vegas. Somebody said, let's make this interesting. And they came up with some scoring rules, some of which survive to this very day. There are some prohibited equipment rules. These days, we have two basic classes of entry, traditional or analog class that uses traditional steam gauges, or digital class for advanced technology airplanes with GPS and digital fuel flow. The rally is scored on time, fuel, and navigation. Time is scored at the rate of 1 point per second that you're off from your pre-flight estimate. Fuel is also scored as an absolute error, measured to the tenth of a gallon, but it's weighted as a percentage of your total burn so that it levels the playing field for larger aircraft that have higher fuel consumption. Navigation is based on visual checkpoints and GPS data. The lowest score wins. The 2013 course looked like this. Each airplane carries a GPS tracker that we can use for scoring. You navigate from point to point for various checkpoints. And as you can see from this diagram, even with today's modern navigation and a lot of experience, there's still some disagreement about the best path to get from point A to point B. For 2015, we're going back to Bend, Oregon. The 2014 course, because it was the 50th anniversary, was a bit longer and took us all the way to AirVenture in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. You can see the path that we took here with all of the checkpoints along the way. Why would you want to do this? Well, it's a fun weekend of flying. There are cash, prizes, and trophies for the winners. This is an opportunity to practice those pilotage skills, make sure you have familiarity with your aircraft's performance and navigation, and do some precision flying. The Air Rally Committee also sponsors scholarships to the EAA Air Academy. So far, we've sent about 20 kids to aviation summer camp. You get to prepare for next year's rally by practicing this year. And the best part, the winner not only gets the trophy and the prize money, but is immortalized on next year's t-shirt. Here are some examples of past year winners.
Wouldn't it be great fun to see your airplane on the t-shirt that everyone is wearing next year?
This is not a race. The word race carries the connotation of speed, and this is definitely not a speed contest. We don't call it a race anymore. That's why we call it the rally. This is about making you a better pilot and giving you bragging rights when you do well. Now, there are some ways that you can actually do very well in this event. You really can win this in the planning stage. You have to put in the effort to come up with accurate numbers, and then of course you have to execute on that plan. You do need to know your fuel burn. Here's a hint. When it comes to climb, it's about the time, not the altitude. Here's how the schedule works. For 2015, the rally takes place from June 11th to 13th. Thursday is check-in and impound day from noon to 4 p.m. At 4 p.m., there's a briefing where you will find out what the course is going to be for the following day, and you get to start your flight planning. You must attend this mandatory briefing. Friday, the 12th, is race day. That is when we launch out of Hayward, fly the first leg up to Redding, get fuel and probably lunch there, and then continue on to Bend, Oregon, where on Saturday night we have an awards dinner and the presentation of the trophies. Prior to arriving at impound, you need to put your race numbers on. Those are assigned to you after you register. At check-in and impound, your aircraft will be checked for prohibited equipment, your race numbers will be verified, and we'll check your pilot paperwork as well. Of course, some people do take the prohibited equipment thing just a little too far. Once you get the crew handbook that includes the checkpoints, you can begin your flight planning. Flight planning can include paper charts, iPads, computers, spreadsheets, paper pencil, whatever you want to use. Friday morning, you'll get flagged off at the starting line on runway 28 left at Hayward. Here's an example checkpoint along the way. There's a question with multiple possible answers. It's a really good idea to take a picture of it as you fly over. You'll circle the best answer and add that to your score sheet. Of course, some of us have too many clocks running as we work on our timing for this event. Here's what it looks like flying over a timing checkpoint.
Race 71. Mark.
And here's the in-cockpit view from a 2014 timing line. At the end of each leg of the flight, you fuel your aircraft. The fuel meter is zeroed and covered. There's a correction factor on each calibrated truck. Once you have finished fueling your aircraft, you hand back the nozzle, we uncover the meter, and apply the correction factor. That's the number that goes on the score sheet and is compared to your pre-rally prediction. After everybody's landed in Bend, it's off to the hospitality suite in the hotel, where there are food, drinks, and a chance to socialize with your fellow pilots and talk about how well you did, or didn't do. You never know who you're going to run into in the hospitality suite. Aviation writers, astronauts, lots of fun. But all these tall tales, and believe me, there are a few tall tales, only last until the awards banquet, when the truth is revealed. The awards and the trophies are all handed out. We do have trophies out to 10th place, along with cash prizes. We also have a number of special awards for Best First Timer, Most Adversity Overcome Along the Course, and the ever-popular Tail End Charlie for the person who is dead last in the standings. And believe it or not, there are people that actually compete for that.
If you're interested in joining us, please visit www.hwdairrally.org. On our website, you can download an entry kit, you can learn more about past courses, you can read the rules and regulations, and we hope to see you on the starting line this June.